and then it makes me say, stay in studio.
Huh.
Very strange, Riverside.
Thanks, Riverside.
If you're doing
You're
QA,
giving
this is
away
the
our secrets. You're telling people we're using the fine, how many 0 people that we're using Riverside. How could you?
listen. Uh, I think their onboarding team should be watching new podcasts and new videos that are created by new users so that they can personally help at least train some AI to watch it and reach out and say, hey, Jabroni, this is how you don't get that error message. And I would say, hey, thanks.
No, no.
Um,
AI is
that's
evil. I wouldn't do
maybe
it.
maybe fantasy.
Yeah,
Um, what's up, man? What's going on?
not too much. It's Friday afternoon, which is always nice.
Always nice.
Happy to be at the end of the week, though plenty of work ahead over the weekend, so whatever.
Yeah, we signed
Never
up for
stops.
it.
Exactly.
Um,
All good, all fun. So you had something that you wanted to talk through that we
yeah.
had been talking through. So why don't you set that up?
So after yesterday's live, we were still chatting, and Nick and I came up with. It's not a challenge per se. I think it's a challenge from us to us, not like against each other. Although we may, you know, see if there's some competitive aspect in the
I
future.
will get more points. Is the point here?
Fair,
I will
fair.
get more
It's a
points
video
because
game.
that's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
They got more points. I don't watch
Uh,
basketball. Sorry.
nah,
Um,
I just watched the Always Sunny that where the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and yeah, top of mind,
top of mind.
top of mind.
Amazing show. Um,
Yeah,
No, basically, as part of our content offering, as we're trying to engage people through conversation with AI and um, through information and use case and all of the things we've been talking about since we started, also building tools and creating exemplar content for kind of proof points and experimentation and ideation and just fun. Honestly, it's the old dude from Big, the movie Big. Is how do you know if the toys are any fun unless you play with them, or something like that. And
deep
there's
cut.
wisdom in that. So to that end, Nick and I are going to endeavor to by next Thursday, which is part of our publication. By this coming Thursday, actually, because we're going to release
Yeah,
this on Monday and
yeah.
whatnot. Uh, by Thursday, we're going to try to release two basically commercials, if you will, for lack of a more specific media terminology. And we're going to
30
gear
second
those
spots.
30-second spots because Nick started talking about cut downs and short form and all this stuff. And I was like, man, that sounds like
Yeah.
work. So we're not going to do all that out the gate. But we've picked two very broad professional verticals, which
Sorry, to
is
be clear,
uh,
AI commercials, like
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
not just like commercials.
Fair enough. I was going to get there, but I was probably burying the
All right,
lead.
all right.
Thank you. Um, we picked two very broad professions. I'm going to make a spot for realtors and basically what is the AI next generation advertising, what's possible with the tools. And it's not just a commercial, though, it's a way of thinking about what inputs and what a commercial could be. Like what is a spot that becomes enabled by this technology,
Absolutely.
not just rendering video, but actually like a new kind of paradigm. So it's a high bar, I think. But and Nick, you're going to take lawyers, which is another very broad. A lot of marketers out there working for lawyers. I've done my fair share of injury attorney websites in my past life.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of your idea. Why don't you say more about what you were thinking about?
Well, I like how you set it up because it's what sparked my mind, or sparked this like thought in my mind, and it's all of these new tools that are accessible to every single person out there enables people to create things that they never could have before, and that is becoming like more true, like truer and truer every day, especially with the video models that are coming out. And so I saw an extremely impressive KFC ad, which was all AI, and it just it made me think, well, of course, this type of high level, really impressive, eye catching ad uh, can be made by any mom and pop florist shop or your
Mhm.
local, accounting firm
What
or
a
your
quaint
tax
picture. The
attorney or
mom and
your,
pop florist shop. If there's any mom and pop florists watching,
there you go,
you gotta
take it, take it,
drop a comment
dot
and let
com.
us know. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so it just made me think about that, right? And so when I watched it, I started thinking, okay, well, if I was going to recreate that, I would do this. I would do
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. And I started thinking about my process. And then it just made me want to play, like you said, I want to play around with that. I like it. It's fun. It's the fun thing that's going on right now in this space. And so I brought it up to you as an idea for all of this for Not Replaced Yet. And that's, we're running with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I've got my idea for the realtors that I wanted to just kind of put out there.
Save it. Save it.
Save it. But see,
Don't.
this is supposed to be the making of content. No one's really watching right now. But if we blow up, then you
I'm
come
looking
back and you
right
get the
now. I'm
story.
looking right
There's
now in the
two
chat.
viewers.
Hold on, let me see. We
Who
have
are
three
you?
watching right now, and
All right.
I have my phone up. So one is me.
And I do have my browser up, but it wasn't hitting up
So
last
two is
time.
you. But three. Three is
Yeah.
interesting. If you're a stranger, say something in the chat. Say hello. Who is this?
Yeah. It'd be nice. It'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, I see. And well,
Yeah.
on my computer, I'm logged in to the account as
Oh
well,
yeah.
but on my phone, I am not.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
maybe
lose
there's
that third. So
two
that we're gonna
strangers.
lose that third watcher if we
I
stay this
know.
meta. No,
I
I
know.
don't know. I don't know if I want to save it or I don't know. Whatever. It's cool. I
Do what
think
you
that it's
want.
an interesting challenge, and I think that it is. It's questions that people in these positions should be asking. I mean, what I find interesting about the KFC ad is that the bigger brands, and I work with bigger brands, and I've worked with a lot of bigger brands.
Yeah.
Theirs is more a sensitivity to the ethics and the billable hour. The ethics in that, is it kosher for a large public brand to, actively replace creative professionals with these tools, right? You will catch backlash. You will
Do
catch some
you
hell.
let me ask you this, and I
Yeah.
mean maybe we're diving into something we don't want to talk about, but
Yeah.
on that front, my cynical brain for large corporations goes to they're not worried about the actual ethical question. They're worried about if they will get a backlash from the public because the public cares about that ethical question.
Yeah. I
Like
think,
we're doing something new with new technology because obviously there are AI and new tech in general haters. Fair enough. Some have good points, some don't.
yeah.
And does a larger corporation actually like? I mean, it's going to be corporation to corporation, person to person
Well,
inside corporation,
I
but
was going to
it's all
say,
bottom dollar. It's all
yeah, certainly. I mean, I've in my experience, the people, the individuals care about
sure,
the
fair
depth of
enough.
it, and then the corporation can't and like doesn't. It's like you can't.
Yeah, the
That's
machine does
that's
it.
anthropomorphizing. You get
You
it.
got it. You got it.
Uh, a company with some more human emotion that isn't really something a company can do. Like they can say they care about the issue, but no one. If you're not going to believe, if you don't believe them, you're not going to believe them. Like it doesn't matter what they say.
Yeah.
So I think they do care about the PR of it at the end of the day. But you know, the people at least that I've worked with, it kind of comes from a good place. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think that that's why I was surprised about the KFC one, and the way I think of
Well,
it
it
too
wasn't
is,
used by KFC, to be fair. Sorry. It was a
oh,
spec
that
ad,
was
and I
that
didn't
was a
tell you that.
spec
My
ad.
bad. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't
That
look
was
further.
that was a creator creating.
Fair enough.
And that was another part of it which like sparked my thought for this is that
Yeah,
that's just somebody creating, right?
yeah.
Like anybody now anyone can do that. And so why like
Here's
let's do it.
here's the thing for me, like, and I think I want to focus a little more on this and really like think about how to best articulate it because I feel very strongly about this. And you know this, you started where I started in like making money at web design was for small businesses, right? And was for people who didn't have a lot of money. And when we were doing SysCon and when we were selling, $2,500 per website, which like was still a whole hell of a lot of money at the time to us, and then we discounted down. All right, I could do that for 1,500. And well, is there something you could do for
Good old
750? Sure, there's
2008.
something I could do for 750. And like, it's not just that we weren't making money, it's that they didn't have money to spend on the premium stuff, right? Like
Sure.
most of those businesses you work with, you know, even if they did have a photo shoot a year and like splurged on it, they probably shouldn't have because they really weren't clearing that much, right? And
Right.
so I think there's just a patent difference. Like when you see these creative tools enable small business, like you said, the mom and pop florist shop, I am all for it because I don't
Yeah.
think that they were going to be contributing at a level that supports creators in the long run, right? Like they weren't going to be
Sure.
spending for the drone videographer and the web developer and the, whatever. And so that doesn't mean they shouldn't be able to, like, I don't know, I doesn't and shouldn't, or maybe not the right territory, but like, I don't know. It's way different than a big brand. And so I think
I was
that's a
gonna say,
really
I mean,
interesting part to explore.
that's a fair perspective, and it's just simply not disconnected from everyone being able to use it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's
Well,
it's like fair to talk about, and also then it's just yeah, good.
if I can land my plane, because I did go on a tangent there, what I see it as in the like white hat, black hat, there's a white hat area that seems very clear to me, subjectively, of course, as like, cool, this is fine to use, right? Like we used AI in our April Fool's posts to make some wacky, zany stuff that we weren't going
Hmm.
to fly a photographer to Alaska to take a picture of, right? And it was meant as a joke anyway. Um, and then there's like obvious black hat stuff, deep fake, like I don't know,
Yeah.
just lots
Not
of
good stuff.
bad stuff. And then there's this huge middle of dark gray to light gray spectrum of like, oh, is that right? Does that feel good? Is that wrong? Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah.
Is who's that okay? So I don't know. I think there's interesting stuff to define there. We're going to do some for realtors and lawyers,
Hey.
just to try it out as an experiment to see if there's something interesting to be made there. So uh, yeah, I think it'll be fun, and we're going to try. So if we publish this Monday, what would that be? Monday I know
No,
the
not
journalist.
this.
What's that?
This is live.
Yeah, no, I mean we're gonna publish this on publish like oh yeah, so I'm getting mixed up with the other recording. We're gonna publish the videos that we create next Thursday, which would be the 10th.
Right. The 10th, is that right? Yeah.
So and also we reserve the right to extend that deadline because we don't really know how long it's
Yeah.
gonna take.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna try. We're aiming for that, so we'll see. Cool, man. Anything else going on? Anybody else
Uh
join? Did we get any comments? No, just
3
me.
watching now, no comments except for us. So
Mm,
perfect. As
mm.
we have
Lurkers.
lurkers, and all the lurkers might just be us.
First time
So
commenter, long time listener. I think it's Kevin. It's probably Kevin.
it's probably yeah. Um, no, I think that's good for today. And
Cool, cool.
have a good weekend. And we will be back on Monday.
Yeah. See everyone soon. All right, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I was getting mixed
Um,
up on the live and the.
no, I feel you.
Yeah.
I heard